What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we are doing a comparison between the 1More Evo against the Sony WF-1000XM4 and the Bose Quietcomfort. Now there is a pretty significant price gap here, especially right now, because you can get the Evo for only 140 bucks up until June 8th. So technically you could get two pairs of the Evo for what it would cost you to get one pair of the Sony as well as the Bose. But even considering the price gap, we're still going to see how they stack up. And also, I did get the Sennheiser Momentum 3N yesterday. So make sure you stay tuned for these as well. We're definitely going to be stacking these up against the competition also. And I was listening to them last night, and these are fire. I'm just going to say that. But let's go ahead and get into the video, man, starting off with the specs. So the 1More Evo as well as the Sony WF-1000XM4 are offering Bluetooth 5.2 as well as SBC, AAC, and LDAC as their audio codecs. The Bose Quietcomfort are running Bluetooth 5.1 and they are limited to SBC as well as AAC. As far as independent use, the Sony and the 1More have you covered. The Bose, unfortunately, are limited to only using the right earbud independently. Now, one big advantage that the 1More have over the Sony as well as the Bose is multi-point connection. So you're able to connect them to two devices at the same time. So even though the Sony and the Bose have been out for quite some time, we still don't have multi-point connection, which I'm pretty salty about considering the price point, especially when you have, things like the Liberty 3 Pro at 170 bucks giving you multi-point. You have the Evo giving you multi-point. You got things like the OnePlus Buds Pro giving you multi-point at 130. We even have the JLab J-Buds Air Pro giving you multi-point at 60 bucks. So definitely not feeling that Sony and Bose haven't done anything about that. Now, when it comes to battery life, Sony claims up to 12 hours on a single charge. 1More claims up to 8 hours on a single charge, and Bose claims up to 6 hours on a single charge. So you're pretty much getting double the battery life per charge with the Sony compared to the Bose, and then 1More kind of falls in the middle. Also, you got to keep in mind that these numbers are going to be with active noise cancellation turned off and just very limited features overall. So your actual numbers are going to drop. And then as far as wireless charging, if that's important to you, you will be happy to know that each of these earbuds does have you covered. And then when it comes to water resistance, all three are sporting an IPX4 water resistant rating, so sweat and light splashes of water are no problem. Now, when it comes to the fit, keep in mind it's always going to be subjective, but I'll do my best to outline my experience with these three earbuds. So the Sony WF-1000XM4 are not the optimal size for my ears personally. Really, I have to kind of wedge them in there to get a decent fit, which does take away from the overall comfort. But I will say that the foam ear tips do help out quite a bit. For those of you with normal size ears, you probably don't have this issue. Now with the 1More Evo, I am able to get a better fit due to the smaller size. And then also the oval ear tips do help out when it comes to comfort. For me, I can wear the Evo longer than I can the WF-1000XM4. As far as the Bose, even though they're huge and they basically look like pillows hanging from your ear, the only part that's actually in your ear is the ear tip. So even with their huge size, I don't really have any issue with the fit or the comfort. And then all three earbuds do include in-ear detection. So as far as the touch controls, Sony does have the advantage. Between the left and the right earbud, you can choose between your playback controls, your volume controls, and your ambient sound control. My personal setup is to have playback controls on one earbud, volume controls on the other earbud, and then I use adaptive noise cancellation so that the earbuds automatically control my ambient sound. The Bose also come close to giving you all of your controls. So you have your play and pause, you have your volume controls, your ambient sound control, as well as your voice assistant. And then you have the option to assign a custom control to the left earbud, which you could use to either track forward or track backward. And then there's the Evo, which offer ambient sound control, but then you have to choose which group of functions you want to assign to the double and triple tap. So when it comes to the sound quality, if you've seen the other videos that I posted so far on the 1More Evo, then you know that I use my Amazon Music app to do some EQing on top of the Sound ID. But as far as this comparison, I didn't do that. All I used was the Sound ID feature so that I can compare them just how they sound straight out of the box. And even though the Sony and the Bose have fully customizable EQ controls and the Evo do not, for me, the 1More Evo still sound better using nothing but the Sound ID. The main difference is the bass. You're able to get punchier and deeper bass out of the 1More Evo. The Bose and Sony allow you to increase the bass, but you can tell they made it a point not to allow it to become too boomy. So if you're looking for a very clean, very detailed, very well-balanced sound, the Bose and Sony are definitely great. But if you're looking for a little bit more punch, especially in terms of bass, I do like the 1More Evo. So as far as the active noise cancellation and the transparency mode, I did touch on this a little bit in my 1More Evo review, and the performance from the Evo is extremely close to the Sony and the Bose. I still give the edge to the XM4 as well as the Quietcomfort as far as ANC, but it's certainly not enough to justify the price difference. I would say the main benefit with the Sony and the Bose is that they give you more control over your ambient sound with their adjustable sliders. Now, as far as the call quality, let's go ahead and do a microphone comparison. All right, this is a microphone test of the 1More Evo. Right now we have quiet conditions, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. Sony WF-1000XM4, quiet conditions, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. Bose Quietcomfort, quiet conditions, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. Microphone test of the 1More Evo, this time with noisy conditions, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. Sony WF-1000XM4, noisy conditions, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. Bose Quietcomfort, noisy conditions, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. So that's my breakdown of the 1More Evo against the Sony WF-1000XM4, as well as the Bose Quietcomfort earbuds. If you're interested in any of these earbuds, make sure you check out the links down in the description. It does help support the channel anytime you use those links. Also, if you found the video to be helpful, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, as well as consider subscribing to the channel. You can also follow me on social media at CEO in the Making. And aside from that, as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.